Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Market Insights, the podcast where we break down the latest in stock market trends and help you make sense of the data. I'm Jamie, your host for today, and joining me is my co-host and technical analysis wizard, Alex. How's it going, Alex?
Hey, Jamie. I'm doing great and super excited to dive into Disney stock today. We've got some really interesting insights from the latest technical indicators. I think it's going to be a fun discussion.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. So Disney stock closed at $111.30 on December 23rd, 2024. Based on our analysis, it seems like the stock is consolidating. Alex, why don't you walk us through what's happening with the price trend and Bollinger Bands?
Sure thing, Jamie. So the price is hovering just above the lower Bollinger Band at $110.49 and near the middle band at $111.81. This suggests that the stock is in a consolidation phase. The upward momentum we saw earlier in the year seems to have faded, but the lower Bollinger Band is acting as a support level for now. The upper band, at $113.30, could serve as a resistance point if we see a short-term bounce. Overall, Bollinger Bands are showing reduced volatility compared to the strong upward move we saw earlier in the quarter.
That's really interesting. It seems like we're at a bit of a crossroads for Disney stock. Let's talk about momentum. The MACD indicator seems to be losing steam, right?
Exactly, Jamie. The MACD line is at 1.12, which still reflects mild bullish momentum. However, the MACD histogram is negative at 31.113, signaling that the bullish momentum is weakening. It's a bit of a warning sign that we might be transitioning into a neutral or even bearish phase. The RSI, or Relative Strength Index, adds to this picture. It's sitting at 48.88, which is pretty neutral, not overbought, not oversold. This tells me that the market hasn't made up its mind yet about the next big move.
So we're seeing some indecision. But there are a couple of indicators, like the stochastic oscillator and Williams Cent R, that suggest the stock might be oversold. Could this mean a bounce is coming?
Great observation, Jamie. The stochastic oscillator is at 14.93, and the Williams Cent R is at -85.82. Both of these are in oversold territory. This increases the likelihood of a short-term rebound. It's like the market is telling us, hey, we might be near a short-term bottom. But, and this is important, it doesn't guarantee a bounce unless we see confirmation, like higher volume or a MACD crossover.
Good point, Alex. Speaking of volume, what's the story with the on-balance volume, OBV, and Chaikin money flow, CMF? Are we seeing any clues about buyer or seller activity?
Great question. The OBV is at 21.51 million, and it's been relatively flat, indicating that there hasn't been a significant influx of buying or selling pressure recently. It's like the market is taking a breather. As for the Chaikin money flow, it's slightly negative at -0.073, suggesting that selling pressure has a slight edge over buying pressure. But honestly, it's close enough to neutral that I'd say it reflects indecision more than anything else.
Interesting. So let's summarize where we are so far.
Spot on, Jamie, and we shouldn't forget about the parabolic SAR. Right now, the PSAR is at 160.01 cents, which is above the current price. That reinforces a short-term bearish bias. If the price manages to break above $116, that could flip the bias to bullish.
Got it. So Alex, if you were holding Disney stock, how would you approach this situation?
Great question. If I were holding Disney stock, I'd be looking at the support level around $110.49 and the EMA 50 at 107.60s. As long as the price stays above these levels, I'd feel comfortable holding. But I'd also keep a close eye on the MACD and RSI for signs of renewed upward momentum. For new investors, I'd wait for confirmation of a bounce, something like a stochastic oscillator moving back above 20, or a bullish MACD crossover, before jumping in. And of course, stop-loss orders below key support levels would be crucial for managing risk.
That's really solid advice. One last thing, Alex, what's your overall outlook for Disney stock in the short term?
In the short term, Jamie, I'd say we're in a wait-and-watch mode. The stock is oversold and near support levels, so a bounce is possible. But until we see confirmation from momentum indicators like the MACD or OBV, I'd be cautious about predicting a strong upward move.
Thanks, Alex. That's a fantastic breakdown. To all our listeners, remember that this is not financial advice. just our analysis based on the data. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions.
And before we wrap up, if you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We release episodes like this every week, packed with market insights and stock analyses. Also, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment or send us a message with the ticker you want us to analyze next. Who knows? It might be featured in our next episode. Thanks for tuning in, and happy trading, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time on Market Insights. Bye for now.